Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another exciting Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. Finally, the new DLC has been announced, and to many people's surprise, its theme is not based on what type of creature that it is, nor their time period. No, this one is essentially a fan pack, where multiple species that fans have been asking for a long while now, have finally made their way into the game. Megalodon, Stegosaurus and Microceratus all at once? Yeah, this is something special, and no wonder why the DLC is called the Park Manager's Collection Pack. We're aiming for 250,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and with 80% of you right now not subscribed watching this video, let's try to work together to hit that goal by pressing that red button. We cover all things to do with the Jurassic franchise here on YouTube, so if that interests you, then I highly recommend sticking around. With the recent confirmation of Jurassic World Evolution 3 coming for 2026, or maybe even 2025, Jurassic 7 coming next year, Jurassic World Chaos Theory later this month and later in the year, and Jurassic Park Survival releasing within the next year, we have a lot of content to cover coming soon. But for now, once you're sat back, relaxed and enjoying your G Fuel after using code SWERVE, it's time to learn about all of the new details and species coming on Thursday for Jurassic World Evolution 2. So after a short wait, we finally learn what the Megalodon teaser was just a few weeks ago. The Park Manager's Pack with 4 new creatures. The trailer opens up with a close-up look of the new flying reptile of the game, Thanatosdracon. Oh boy, I really hope I pronounced that right. Anyways, this guy is the largest flying reptile ever discovered in South America, and what a pretty looking creature she is. The aptly named Dragon of Death ruled over the prehistoric skies of South America during the late Cretaceous period. With an enormous wingspan of approximately 30 feet, this giant pterosaur was an aerial force to be reckoned with. Without a doubt, another great addition to our parks, and I cannot wait to see it sized up against the Quetzalcoatlus. Up next, the trailer swiftly moves on to our next species that we see. A species that has been waiting to be in this game ever since the first evolution back in 2018, the Stegosaurus. I am sure you all know by now that the Stegosaurus is canon to the main Jurassic timeline and that it appeared in the brochure for the original Jurassic Park. Well, we finally get to see Frontier's imaginative look on this creature, and it's, well, to me it's underwhelming, but understandable, as it's basically just supposed to be a slightly bigger compy. From what we can tell in the trailer, it does seem as though that this guy is practically just a mix between the Compsognathus and the Troodon. Nothing too special. Maybe with a hint of Coelophysis in there as well. But I do understand though, because there's not really much you can do with this creature besides make a different colour palette. So I don't really blame Frontier for making this guy look like a standard looking thing. Either way, it's still a welcomed addition into the park, and it's another canonical species added into the game. But it's also not the only one, as we have already seen another one in this trailer. The trailer then proceeds by giving us our full look at the Megalodon in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And it is big. This guy, while I did feel just be an oversized shark, comes across so menacing in the water amongst those fish, and it's clearly a threat to be dealt with in the lagoons. I doubt it will be quite the size of the Mosasaurus, but it's still a big boy that's entering our parks. This guy is a creature that's been asked for a long time now, and it's finally here. However, what some eagle-eyed viewers might already be aware of right now is that we get to see kelp. Yes, kelp. The big, long, stringy grass thingies. That's kelp. What's so exciting about this? Well, we haven't really gotten any underwater decoration that makes our lagoons feel more full. Sure, we have rocks and shit, but kelp? Now that's something else. Hopefully the marine reptiles can swing amongst the kelp, as it's a great way to make our lagoons feel more enclosed, yet open at the same time. So honestly, I really cannot wait to see more from this. And it will be coming in the free update alongside this DLC that we will talk about in just a minute. The trailer then switches to our 4th and final creature being added into this DLC, and that is the canonical, much anticipated Microceratus. We were confused for so long where this little fella has been, as he sadly didn't really appear in the Dominion Malta expansion DLC back in December of 2022. For over a year now, probably nearly a year and a half now, we've been asking for him, and finally, Here he is, doing a cute scratching animation on his chest with a really vibrant colour palette on its crest, just as one of his herd mates walks by. Seems as though we'll have a variety of sparkling skins for this little guy. And finally, in the last scene of the trailer, we return back to the Thanatos Draken, where we get the first sense of scale with this pterosaur as he swoops down to collect a goat in an awesome killing animation. I'm unsure on what follows afterwards, but perhaps he drops the goat and kills it from a height. But at least we know for certain one animation to keep our eyes on a lookout for when this DLC does release. Also, can we just appreciate the colorization on this creature? It's beautiful. And that's where the trailer ends, confirming the release date of May 16th, 2024, which is just in a few days' time. How crazy is that? However, we do have some more images and details to talk to you about. First off, the images. Let's start off with the smallest to the largest, Stegosaurus. In this image, we can see just how vastly small this little guy is as we compare him to the blades of grass in the background. Essentially, it's got the height of the Compy, but the design of the Troodon. I know for a fact there are going to be some people out there who may not be too happy about that, but what do you want them to do, huh? It's practically impossible to make the Stegosaurus stand out and look different when it's just a slightly larger Compy, you know? Anyways, I really love the look of the skin that it has, and I can just imagine how good the Amazon rainforest skin pattern would look on this little guy. It'd also be interesting to know if it'll be able to fight against the Compy with some unique animations. Up next, we have Microceratus. In this image, we're treated to having a look at 3 of these little guys all at once, all with different skin patterns and colours. What I can tell from this image is that it seems as though they follow the same animation traits as the Hadrosaurids that are currently in the game. They'll walk on their hinder legs, but use their front legs to balance themselves when drinking water. Certainly a unique and cute looking dinosaur. Thanatos Draken is seen in the next image eating from the fish feeder, confirming another new animation. Whilst I doubt it reaches even close to the size of the Quetzalcoatlus, I am sure it'll easily be the second largest flying reptile in the game, given to what we can currently see right here. But finally, for the Megalodon, we have not 1 but 2 images to feature and show off. Gives us our best look at the creature's design as it's seen swimming above the underwater viewing dome. Its pattern isn't really anything special, but I think that's what makes the Megalodon so cool. You don't need a pattern to be cool, its size is impressive enough. That's what she said. However, the next image features the big shark jumping out of the water, about to eat the smaller shark, confirming an animation and really putting into perspective how big this Megalodon was compared to the great white shark. God, it just looks incredible. I can't wait to see it. Now, whilst I don't currently have an image quite yet whilst making this video, but I'm sure there'll be one floating around the internet when this launches, so check out our Twitter page, the Little Eatie Tyrannosaurus Rex skin from Camp Cretaceous will also be a part of this DLC as listed in the creator notes. Again, I haven't seen what it looks like in game as there's no current available images, but we all know what it looks like from Camp Cretaceous. And as for DLC content, that's as much as we know at the time of making this video. But there is also a new free update coming to the game on the same day too, that includes more details that I'm sure you will love. The main one being kelp. We have confirmation that kelp is in fact a new decoration come to the game for free on Thursday. There are 3 variations of this plant and can be placed underwater to decorate our lagoons. Not only that, but the lagoon lights that we place at the bottom of the bed can now be placed on land to illuminate our parks better, which is fantastic news because I feel as though the current lights that we have on land, they don't exactly do the park much justice to what we have available to us underwater. So hopefully this makes our park stand out even better. Then of course we have a few bug fixes, one of which I'm not so happy about though. We'll discuss that one firstly. The Spinoraptor and the Indominus Rex are now no longer friends. Frontier have decided to remove their cohabitation unfortunately. I really like that they could be able to live together just because it shows that cross-genetics between the raptor DNA brings a mutual universal understanding to these creatures who possess the intelligence of the velociraptors. But oh well. Other than this, we have just some tiny more fixes and general life support. such as the Ankylodocus node being available in challenge mode, and the Tarbosaurus and Spinoceratops now being listed with the Camp Cretaceous logo. And besides this, and some smaller generic bug fixes, that's pretty much everything. So yeah, not long to go now until we get this DLC, and it's certainly a DLC that's been dedicated to the fans. Megalodon, Segisaurus, Microceratops, and Little Eatie skin? The main things we have been asking for a long time? Yeah, Frontier is certainly listening to us. If you're excited for this DLC and want more content from it, deciding whether or not to buy it, I suggest subscribing to the channel and turning on post notifications, as we'll be covering this DLC very soon here on the channel for you lot to enjoy. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed as well, but most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you, did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.